can't see anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's cold. Here comes some coffee. Zero. Zero. To hero to a zero in a matter of a moment. Wowza, wowza, yowza, howza, yowza doozin'. We're using because you's a onesin'. It's cold, the wind's blowing, fish ain't biting. I got wet throwing a cast net. Downtown Ernie Brown. Oh, let's see here. Okie dokie. Then I go here, I go here. Where does it go? That ain't. I don't want to copy that. I don't want to copy that. I want to post this. Then I have to go here. I'm trying to, hey Chris, see how you trying to figure out. It won't let me paste. It keeps wanting to ask me to copy. I don't want to copy it. I think I got it. There we go. I think I got it. Oh, my new. It's cold, y'all. I don't think it got up to no 49 degrees like they said. Maybe up on top of that mountain closer to the sun. Got the runny nose out here.
Hey,
Hey, Christy, how y'all doing?
all right. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm cold now. I couldn't hardly. It took
I
me
bet it
almost
is cold.
2 hours to catch some bait. Then all I got is those little 3-inch fingerling shad and one decent sized bluegill and one decent sized shad. And I got chicken, but it ain't happening today. The wind's blowing too hard, I think.
Yeah.
Because where I can see fish on the fish finder, I can't stay out there. The wind's just too rough. So how's Ernie doing?
He's hanging in there. They're scheduling for a heart cath the day after Christmas. They said his stress test came back highly abnormal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I can hear myself in there on Ernie's phone. Could you hear it?
Yeah, barely.
Yeah.
My anchor has broke loose. Jeez Louises.
So that's the soonest they could get him in for a heart cath. They said if he starts having chest pain or gets more short of breath or any new symptoms, just go ahead and take him on over to the emergency room.
I think it's the other anchor that's loosened up on me. Every time you touch that anchor rope, your hands get cold.
Hey, Bugman, welcome in. Nope, he just got started. Bugman's in.
Buggy.
He was asking if you caught any fish.
Bookman.
There's your intro.
And I can hear the wind going through them trees. It just sounds like roar.
Yeah, I can see the trees moving pretty good, especially the tops of them.
I didn't think it was supposed to be this windy today.
I'd be freezing.
Yeah, because I took the heater out and everything.
Oh, gosh. You ain't got no heater?
Yeah, and then I dug my coveralls out of the... I had to leave my boat sitting in the rain one day last week. And so I dug my coveralls out of my front, what I thought was an all-dry cabinet. Negative. My coveralls, I picked them up. They were dripping water. So.
Buggy said that he's chilling. He's just laying down for a while. So it's been a long week and he's tired. Yeah, we're on it. I guess he's at home. I know his I think his pops is in the hospital, so or that if I'm wrong, he can correct me. He says at least you got sun. We have not seen sun in 8 days.
Yeah, with those clouds up there, they'll cover it up. And you know that the wind is rocking. My hands is wet. My legs is wet.
We're at 41 degrees, but our temperature is going to continue to drop through tonight with a low of 26.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we're about to make us get here.
We're on the downward spiral now. Okay, he said, yeah, he brought Pops home last night.
Good deal. Good deal.
I'm glad you got to bring him home. I pray that he continues to improve. And I feel like we've practically been living at the hospital. Just
Yeah.
coming home to sleep at night. Of course, time we get back, I'm usually wore out and end up laying down and taking me a nap.
Well, you ain't been feeling the best either, have you?
No, I have another blood clot in my lung. NJ Fishing Maniac, hello, welcome in.
NJ.
Yeah, I caught that old flu a couple of weeks ago, and the next thing I know, they said I had a blood clot in my lung. I woke up one morning and I couldn't breathe, and I was coughing up blood.
Oh,
so I went to the emergency room that night, and they told me I had a blood clot in my left lung. I mean, I'm starting to feel better, though. The flu's all gone, and it just takes time for your lungs to heal back up, I guess.
They got you on an inhaler?
I'm on 3 inhalers. I've been on those 3 inhalers since I got COVID last year. Because when I got it last year, it really did a number on my lungs.
Amy says she feels that way too. That she said sometimes I just feel like I just can't get the deep breath like I need to get.
That's what my daughter-in-law says now. I mean, my daughter-in-law is young, and she's saying that she got that COVID after the first time she got it. She said the same thing, like she just can't get enough oxygen into her lungs at times.
Well,
she says she just feels like she can't get that breath in.
Well, we take her blood oxygen level, because I bought one of them things back when we all had COVID. And her oxygen says she's doing fine, but she said it's just the fact that I don't feel like I can, you know.
Yeah, Bugman, I feel like that's all we've done too as doctors and stuff. It's crazy. We really didn't even get to fish much this year.
And they say there's, 3 strains of that flu going around now?
I'm going to tell you what. They told me I had influenza A, and I've had the flu before, and I have never experienced the flu like I did this time. It felt worse than COVID. I mean, I was just that weak and that tired. I almost couldn't even make it to the truck for him to take me to the hospital. That's how sick I was that day. And my fever was really high. I fought the fever for a week. And I've never experienced the flu like that. Never. I don't know if it's because I'm older and I ain't had the flu in probably 15 years or more. And maybe I don't remember what it felt like. I don't know. It just was the worst flu I ever had.
It seems like if I got the flu shot, I got the other strain of flu.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It almost felt as bad. It probably did feel as bad as COVID did.
Humana called me yesterday, I think it was, and said that it's time for me to get all of my shots. I said, what do you mean all of my shots? She said, you got to have a tetanus shot, you got to have so-and-so, the flu shot, blah, blah, blah. She said, your insurance is going to pay for it. She said, when can we schedule you to do it? I was like, I ain't had a tetanus shot since I was 20 years old.
I know it's crazy. They like for you to have one. I think it's every 7 years or every 10 years. I can't remember. And when we were kids growing up, the only time you got a tetanus shot is like every so often.
I think
if you hadn't had one and you got cut or you stepped on a rusty nail or something, they would give you one if you hadn't had one in the last 3 to 5 years, I believe it was, back when we was kids. You know, things have changed so much since then, though. Yeah, buddy, those things are great to exercise your lungs. I have one, and Ernie has one. Ernie got his free from the hospital. Well, no, insurance paid for it. But I bought mine because you would have thought when they released me from the hospital last year with that COVID and that blood clot, you would have thought they would have gave me one to exercise my lungs, but they didn't. I had to buy one.
Oh, that's got the little ball in it. You got to keep it elevated.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sent one home with Amy.
Yeah, they didn't give me one, but they gave Ernie one in August when he was in there, and he was going to throw it away. I said, don't you dare throw it away. I paid $25 for the one I have. I said, don't dare throw it away. I said, they can be cleaned. They come apart. You can clean them.
Yeah.
I said, you keep that one, because his is made better than the one I bought. So... yeah, anytime you get sick with a respiratory infection or any kind of cold that affects your lungs, you can use that thing and it'll help strengthen your lungs as you go.
I talked to J-Dog this morning. He said he was down in his back.
Who is?
J-Dog.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said his back's been hurting pretty bad. Said he did something, moved some way that he shouldn't have moved or something, and it got it messed up again. I don't tell you, when you got a back injury, it don't take much. You can just stand up.
We had to drag that deer to a spot where we could get it to a four-wheeler. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I could imagine. I know here not long ago, I just went to turn the chair around because my chair's on a swivel. I went to turn the chair around to stand up from the kitchen table, and I got that sciatic nerve stirred up, and it was like that for 2 weeks, man.
I took my mule named Tristan with me. But he wore the wrong type of shoes. He wore cowboy boots.
Oh, no, not in the woods.
With all it dew, the rain, everything mud and wet leaves.
Oh, my gosh.
He couldn't even walk up and down the hills without pulling anything, let alone.
I mean, I can't even imagine wearing cowboy boots in the woods and it ain't raining.
He's like, well, I thought we was going to be in a field. He said, I thought all deer died in the field. I said, no, son. That's just the one.
He wouldn't have got no traction in a field with cowboy boots. What's he thinking?
He know that. That way he didn't have to do nothing. He's smarter than the fire.
Right.
I said I thought he was a great big moron, but the Army told me different.
Hey, Art, welcome to the chat.
Art, 1 ton video club. I'm probably sitting in a spot where I know, well, I'm pretty much know there ain't no fish down there. But they always say if you see bait fish, there's got to be some kind of feeding fish in there. So I see balls of bait coming through here.
Art said, hey, Chrissy, and some other guy. Uh-oh, looks like we lost Lee. Oh, my goodness. I'm on my own. Better get his butt back in here.
I never did look the same. How does the picture look? Probably pixelated because I ain't got no signal in here. I didn't notice that.
Actually, it didn't look bad. It was a little glitchy, but not crazy. Brian B. Catfishing, hello, welcome to the chat.
Big bad
Put yourself-
catfish.
Put yourself full screen, Lee. I'm sure they want to see the barrages.
I don't even know if you can say what you can see and what you can't see.
Well, we can see 2 rods on probably the left side. Have you got your camera turned sideways?
No, I don't reckon. I don't know. I've been out of the loop.
It don't look like it's sideways, but are you pulling a rookie move?
Always.
Always. Lee, you act like you've done this before.
They're all suspended straight down, so if one goes off, they'll all shake like a monkey falling out of a tree.
Right?
I hope. Plus, I got one out the front behind the camera here, and it's on that medium light, so I want to see one just take her down and just take the rod tip.
Bend it all the way down, huh?
But it ain't going to happen. Too cold.
Great.
It's too wet.
Be a great takedown. Hello, Catfish Viking. Welcome to the chat.
Zachariah. You know one thing, I'm going to fill this coffee jug back up, this coffee cup. I done drunk almost the whole thermos since I've been out here.
It's probably cold enough to drink a whole thermos.
It took me 2 hours to find 8 or 9 little shad and 1 bluegill
Oh my.
with a cast net. I mean, I throwed and throwed and throwed till I was getting, my arm is wore out.
Yeah, them things wear you out throwing them cast nets.
Let me hold up this box so you'll see which one I got. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. That's the one that I bought off of Amazon. Hey, that's a good net. It's 7 foot. It's a little. It took me a minute to get used to that extra foot up on the.
Yeah. I think the only thing, I think the biggest we can have here in Ohio, ain't it 4 or 5 foot? 4 foot.
No, 5 foot.
No, it's 5 foot. And Ernie bought a 6 foot, so he can't even use it in the state of Ohio.
Wow.
So I have to get him another one. Art said he likes using the 10 footer. Missy Kennedy, hello, welcome in.
Well, if I could ever get it come down pat, but after a couple, I do the first 3 or 4 throws, I can get it good. But I guess I'm a weakling then, because when I get at about 5 or 6 throws at 1 pound per foot, that gets pretty heavy scattered around there.
You saying your pancake then looks like a taco? Lisa Elliott, hello, welcome in. Oh, we lost him again, it looks like. Don't know if we lost him or we lost me.
Lost him.
Okay. Me too, Art, if they're made right. Thank you, Missy. I was wondering. I wasn't sure because it didn't show up anything. He'll pop back in a minute. I know his signal was a little glitchy.
Try it again.
Try it again.
Well, Amy called me the first time, and I guarantee the only reason she called me is saying, I'm going back from work, going back to work for lunch. And she'll say, bye, I love you. What?
Yeah. But it's good that she did, though. I mean, it's good that you guys have a relationship like that where you let each other know all the little stuff.
And then Tristan called and said, hey, Dad, did you put my stuff in the washer and dryer?
How's Tristan doing?
He's doing good. He works at a Zaxby's chicken restaurant.
He's enlisted, right?
Well, more or less, yes.
Okay.
He don't go get official till he reaches 240 pounds and stays there for 3 days. And he's been 240 3 different times.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, because when you reach that goal, you think that you can just eat what you want, and you can't.
I mean, he's lost almost 20-something pounds.
And plus, you got all that water weight that you can tend to get too.
That's what he said. He said, "Daggone," he said, "I'll be 240 of the morning when I get up, 239." He said, and then I go to school and I don't eat. And then I go to the recruiter's place and weigh in. He said, and I'll be 241.
Well, is he weighing of a morning? Is he weighing naked? I mean,
yeah, he does everything,
because a lot of people do. And when he goes there to the recruiter office, I'm sure they're not weighing him naked.
No, they strip him down to his drawers.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, boy, they're trying to get him in there.
So they are, but part of the day is gone. So he's got that water weight, because anytime you're up and moving, gravity takes place with the water in your body and the fluid in your body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you still have a little bit of water intake that will cause you to weigh a little bit more in the evening versus in the morning. Need to get him a water pill. Let him take that every morning before he goes to a day. He'll be 2 pounds. He'll be 2 pounds lighter than he was when he took it of a morning.
I told him there the other day. I said, "I'm gonna go get you a Preparation H suppository right before you go in. You're gonna do that." He's like, "What's a suppository?"
Art said, "Tell him to take a good dump before he goes for weigh-in."
They know he can do it, and he's just
yeah.
They know that he can't do anything, but he graduates. And the guy his recruiter that he's working with is a really cool guy. He's been going with Tristan, working out at the gym, and Tristan's buddy that he signed up with he's homeschooled, and he just turned 18 too in December, or the end of November, or something like that.
Right.
So as soon as he turned 18, he ships out January the 9th.
Oh my. Even though he's still in homeschool?
Yeah.
But him weighing what he's supposed to weigh, that just shows, dedication.
Yeah.
I
told Tristan they're testing him.
Yeah.
Because he tested so daggone high on that one scoring test that they told him he won't be working on the helicopters, that he tested so high that he could be flying the helicopters. So I told Tristan, I said, what they're doing is they're testing you to see how good your wheel is, and they might send you straight into West Point.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got a 4.0 GPA.
That's awesome. And it's still early in the year. I mean, he could graduate with a higher GPA at this point. Because my son did that, and he ended up, when he graduated, he had a 4.08 GPA. Because early in the year, he was already sitting at a 4.0.
Well, he's been taking some kind of classes at the recruiter's office, too.
That's good. That'll have him work for everything.
A higher rank than most people, going in.
Cold Creek Catfishing, hello. Welcome to the chat.
Welcome to the frozen tundra. I'd have probably strictly been using chicken. But J Dog told me. He said, "Oh, you need to get you some fresh shad." And I kept on till I got a few, but it ain't helped me at all.
Right.
I'm probably should be pulling boards. That's the best way to.
CVA, hello, welcome to the chat. Art says bluegill too.
Well, I got some bluegill out there. I got a big midsection bluegill and I got a head out. And they're all bouncing right above the bottom.
Cold Creek says good luck, Lee Evans.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Liana went to the Christmas parade the other night and had a whole sack full of candy. It ain't no more. She left it in the truck.
Oh, and Lee's eating it. Liana is going to be so mad at you.
Because she said, I'm going to leave it in here because when you pick me up from school, I'll have a snack on the way home.
Missy said, shoot, what to get into today?
There's nothing to get into around this place. Igloo.
I don't know. Ernie didn't have no appointments today, so I wasn't really crazy about going out.
Well, I had a great old big pack of chicken breasts, and I took 2 of them and brought them here. The other 3 are at home, so I can figure out what I'm going to fix for supper. What do you say?
He said he was going to go to Columbus, but he couldn't get nobody to go with him today. Chris Usselton, hello. Welcome to the chat.
What's up, Chris?
That's Chris. What was that? Macaroni and cheese. I bet it was great.
Ernie said, how was that macaroni and cheese, Chris?
You think they'll be a... Damn.
He got that Cheetos.
Oh, did he?
Cold weather wreaking havoc on my batteries.
Yeah, it will. It's as bad as being in the sun.
Unless that thing just shuts off after a certain amount of time. Garmin fish finder.
He said it was okay, Ernie. It went well with pork chops. Ernie's been having his stomach's been all messed up for a while now. He's hardly able to eat much. I think it's because they have him on all that medicine. They got his heart out of AFib on December 2nd, but yet wanting him to continue to take those 15 pills of a morning and of an evening.
Dang.
That made no sense. If you got him out of AFib, why does he need to take all? Well, because that way he won't go back into AFib. And I'm like, but we won't know if he'll go into AFib as long as he's on all those pills.
Yeah.
You took a heart that was beating 189 beats a minute, and you give him all these pills to control his heart rate, and now you fixed his heart rate to where it's not beating like that. Okay. And now his heart rate's dropped down to 43.
Looks like it'd be down to just 1 or 2, you know.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what, it scared me when we realized it was only 43. Which was, I don't even remember when, so I'm not even going to try to even guess at it.
How often is he checking his heart rate?
Whenever he feels bad, he has me check it. I'm trying to think of what day I took him to the hospital. Anyway, we took him over there, and my son met me there, and they took him straight on back pretty much. He only sat in the waiting room just a few minutes, and they took him on back. Well, we're sitting there, and they ran blood, and they did x-rays, and they did an EKG, and I think they took him to CAT scan. So we're waiting on all these tests to come back, and machine starts alarming really loud and really fast. And I look up there, and his heart rate had went down to 29 and was going on down. Was going on down. It hit 26, and I yelled at him. And he looked at me kind of funny. He was sitting there on his phone. He looked at me kind of funny. And I said, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Yeah, he's just tired." And then his heart rate come back up to about 43. But it scared me, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it was going down, down, down. Cold Creek said, "Hello, Ernie."
How you doing, Ernie?
CBA said, "Hello, Ernie." Yeah, Cold Creek, that was something Missy mentioned. Macaroni and tomatoes, I don't know, a few days ago. And if I hadn't already ate supper that night, I probably would have made them at 10 o'clock at night. And the next day I made them, and he actually ate those and said they tasted okay. So he was able to eat those. And I've made those a couple of times now. But he said something about them again earlier, so I'll probably make him some more. I mean, if it gets him to eat, that's what it takes to get him to eat. I'm willing to make it. I went to the store yesterday and bought him a bunch of junk. He kept talking about ice cream. I got him some ice cream. I mean, I know ice cream's not healthy for him. I know macaroni and tomatoes ain't healthy, but he's got to eat something.
This boat's done a complete 360 sitting there.
I see that. We got a different view.
That's all right. The baits are all just straight down. They'll just do a big circle too.
Missy said you want cornbread and potato soup.
My aunt made some potato soup the other day, and you know what else she put in it? I mean,
What's
she makes
that?
it like she normally did. She took shredded chicken and dropped down in it.
Now that would be pretty good, I think. Cold Creek, I like macaroni and tomatoes too.
Oh man, with
I
some
love them
hamburger in
things.
it.
No, I did not put hamburger in it this time. I know we had some of that.
Mom always called it goulash.
That's what we call it. We had some of that cheeseburger, macaroni, hamburger helper. And he wanted that made. I made that for him. And he said, "Well, this don't taste right." And all I can do at that point is just offer to fix him something else to eat, you know, when he don't. But potato soup and cornbread sounds pretty good too right now. We've not had that for a long time.
I cooked a big old kettle of soup beans last week.
Do you put the cheese in it while you're cooking it, Missy, or like just on top to garnish it? She said she likes cheese in her tater soup.
Oh yeah, that's what it's made out of, I think. Use the Mexican corn. It's got some little green chilies in it.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff.
That'll taste good with potato soup.
That's what we're talking about, tater soup.
Nice cornbread.
Mm-hmm. Ernie said Mexican cornbread would be good with tomato soup or potato soup. On top, yeah, I bet that would be good. Yeah, we've not had no scalloped potatoes either. I'm gonna tell you though, I don't really buy the box scalloped potatoes. I do my own, so I make them homemade.
We broke down and went to the
What is it
cockroach.
with people from West Virginia can't eat peas? Half of my family won't eat peas. That's crazy. And all of them's from West Virginia. Dad brought us up here. We like peas.
Cockroach buffet last night.
Ew. Yuck.
It's a Chinese buffet. That's what I told Amy. I said we'll go in there and eat some cat.
Chris Ustleton, that sounds good. He said tater soup with green onions and cheese and sour cream. I know, I love peas too. Half of my family won't eat them.
I ain't got
And
no
they're-
green onions, but I got a big sweet onion I'll slice up and eat with it.
Even one of my kids won't eat the peas. I'm like, what are you thinking?
Mama walked me through it the other day. I've tried, and I can never get it to cook and taste like hers. Is fried cornbread. They're like the little fritters.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I do it all the time.
She got on the phone. She said, "All right, two cups of this, cup of this, some salt, some pepper,
Right.
lard, some lard," and I done it. And I got the grease hot. Didn't work. So I ain't cooking no more cornbread like that until I can figure it out somehow.
You may need to just go down there and have her to do a hands-on training.
I like to cook, but I cannot cook cornbread.
Big old pot of homemade soup tomorrow. That sounds good too.
So I broke down and bought them little boxes of Jiffy. What's it called? Jiffy cornbread.
That Jiffy corn. No, I don't like that crap.
Too sweet.
Yeah, that stuff tastes like cake. Ernie likes sweet cornbread once in a while, but he don't even like the Jiffy cornbread. I have to make it homemade for him.
Now I did add made a chicken casserole the other day, and I added a box of that to it because I didn't have no crackers.
Yeah,
Kids liked it.
there was some kind of cornbread casserole, or what was that called? Cornbread bake, maybe. I can't remember the name of it. But you make it with the Jiffy cornbread mix. Now Ernie likes it pretty good, but it's not just the cornbread. It's got cream cheese or sour cream and corn and all kinds of stuff in it. Chris Esselton said corn casserole. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, we like Mexican cornbread too. Yeah, Chris Esselton, I like pickled beets.
Like home canned differently.
We like the home canned pickled beets. The store bought ones are okay, but we prefer the ones that I can. I canned a bunch one year. We had one little jar left in there. And my son come up here one day.
Snow.
He said, or we didn't have any left, actually. Ernie's buddy gave him a jar of his, and he cans his the same way I can mine, because that's where I got my recipe from. And my son come up here just a few days later, and he's like, "Where's the pickled beets?" He said, "I smell them." He said, "Y'all got pickled beets here." He ate the whole jar on us.
I'm not a big fan of
Well, Ernie got a deal on the beets that I pickled. I did. He got a big bag. I forget. Was it a 50-pound bag? 10-pound? 10-pound bag of beets, which took hours and hours to can. I didn't realize there was that much work involved in canning beets.
I ate some beet jelly. It wasn't too
Did
bad.
you like it?
It wasn't too bad.
I've never tried it.
I think I ended up buying a little jar down there at the Amish place. Like a little Amish store. Because I had got some pear preserves down there, and I was joking with my mom and talking about how third pair preserve was good. So she made some.
Well, that's awesome.
I tricked her right into making some and getting a jar of it.
Cold Creek said catfish and crappie Mark just won an Uncle Lou's rod from Brian B.
Is Brian B
Chris
live or something?
Esselstyn said rigged. I want a cat. I don't know. I want an Uncle Lou's rod from Brian B's birthday bash. Cold Creek said he only uses beets for his pickled eggs.
I think Brian B won a hard time from everybody. That's what he won. Everybody needs to give him a hard time.
If he's live, I don't see him.
What?
Brian B. I'm not going to say he's not live. I'm checking though. It just says membership surprise wheel. It wasn't alive. It looks like, or if it was probably alive, but it was only 3 minutes long.
Oh yeah, he does do that membership drive stuff.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
so it was a membership prize wheel. So that's where Mark won at, was there.
What time is it anyway? 2:17.
It is 2:18. Well, I can't say I ain't won nothing for a while. I won some jigs off of Lyle, but I give them to Melissa. Yeah, those orange Uncle Lou rods are nice. Hey, Gigability. Welcome in. Gigability said he won an Uncle Lou sticker. Or a hog leg sticker. My goodness, I got Uncle Lou's fishing rods on the brain, man. Where are you fishing, Lee?
Will Green. Same
Missy
place I
wanted to
always wish. Kentucky.
CVA said memberships are not in his budget.
Mine
Hey, I'm gonna
is
tell you,
the-
they're not really in mine anymore either. I mean, I struggle. I'm not even gonna lie.
I only come to this little lake because it's 10 minutes from the house and it don't cost a fortune to get here. Still costs money to get here.
Yeah. That's what we said. You know, the river is so far, but it costs money to get to the lake. Gigability said it sounds like Lee is fishing a cold creek. It is cold out there. A cold creek.
And I mean, I swear the sun is like getting behind these trees now, and I'm moving into the shade here and just sitting here spinning. But man, it's getting cold.
I know the temperature is supposed to continue to drop throughout the evening today here. I don't know about down there. But
Yep, that's the reason all this wind is. It's got a front blowing through. They said tonight we could get sprinkling rain to a blaze of ice and snow flurries. How many's in here?
10.
Wow. I don't know what made me throw the heater out of here.
I bet you wish you'd have kept it in there now, huh?
I don't know if it'd do any good with this wind.
Kevin Fishes, hello, welcome in.
Welcome in, buddy. Got shad, bluegill, and chicken out. All of them suspended right above the bottom to bouncing on the bottom as I'm spinning in circles. Maybe one of them will bounce along, hit one of them in the head, accidentally hook it.
Chris Esselden said he has to wait till next year to get Social Security. He will be 62.
He don't look that old when I seen him.
Cold Creek said he probably a lot of people trying to catch bait for in the morning for that tournament. The Tennessee River versus the James River or the Cooper River. Or is it? No, it's the James River, ain't it?
James River and Tennessee River.
Yeah.
I think it's on Muskrat's channel too, ain't it?
It is. It is. You can hear that wind now, the way it turned just now. Now that it's turning you back the other way, you can't hear it.
What, the wind?
Yeah. Yeah, we just heard it just for a split second. And then it started turning you back the other way and it was gone again. Gigability said, okay, back to driving. You get your cold big one, Lee.
I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to take it. I'm cold.
Take care, Gigability, and drive safe.
I planned on putting coveralls on. I can't.
What was you sending out, Missy? Was you sending me some of that banana bread? I'm joking.
I think that was my address that you meant to say.
I think she's talking about jigs that she was sending somebody.
Amy's friend made some banana bread the other day, and she puts chocolate chips in it. And I'm not a big fan of chocolate chips in it.
I did one year with chocolate chips in it, and it was really good.
And
of course, if you're not a fan of chocolate chips, you ain't gonna like it, right?
Well, I do, but I don't know if they really go together. Banana and chocolate. I don't know. It goes pretty good on the banana split, don't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you got to get the right ratio, I think, too.
It's been a long time since I've had a banana split from Dairy Queen.
I had one back up in the summer. I don't like the chocolate syrup they put on there, though. I always ask them to take off the chocolate syrup and put extra pineapple or extra strawberry. Pumpkin rolls and Nana bread. Here to bake more of.
It's what Aunt's mother makes is a pumpkin roll, and oh my gosh, I have to say that's probably one of the best things I like.
I have not made a pumpkin roll, and I couldn't tell you how long.
My daddy likes mincemeat pie. Ugh.
I have never tried one. Don't know if I ever will. And if I tried one, I don't remember. It was when I was a kid or something. There's Super Smurf Eric. Hey, Eric, how you doing?
Hello there, Eric.
Eric said it's lunchtime, Ernie.
Yeah.
Lunchtime was 2 hours ago. Eric, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock, 2:30 almost. If I made it to 2:30, I wouldn't even eat. I just keep right on work. I'm gonna eat double come supper anyway.
It's caramel turtles and sugar cookies covered in raisins, is what Missy said.
Somebody
said,
brought Amy in some homemade almond joys.
Oh, I bet them was good.
Oh, I said, you know what would make it even better if it had a hint of bourbon in it.
Eric said Ernie knows where he's at. Oh, he's at that good restaurant over there. Me and Ernie finally tried that place after all these years. What, about a month ago? Yeah, we stopped there about a month ago, I think it was, and tried it. We'd lived here all these years and never tried that place.
I'll tell you what, if the wind don't gets any more, I don't know if I can get around the lake there. It's kicking butt around through there.
I know, I can see your bait towel really whipping in the wind. Look at it.
I mean, that's where I'm sitting at. I'm looking out toward the open water out there.
That makes it cold when that wind's coming off that water. Missy said they make those too, and covered nuts. I used to make a lot of that stuff, Missy. I just don't do it anymore.
Shoot, anymore, it costs an arm and a leg.
Yeah, I used to make I don't know how many different kinds of cookies and cakes and candies and stuff, and then I'd give it all away at Christmas time.
Do you see what a dozen eggs cost? 18-pack of eggs cost now?
No, Murillo Fishing.
$4.69.
Hello, welcome in. I'm wanting to say that a dozen of eggs up here, and this was at Aldi's, was almost $5.
Well, we got an 18 pack at Kroger, and it was $4.69. I was like, "Geez."
Now I got some at Sam's Club. Was much cheaper.
The milk was $2.99.
Of course, buying them at Sam's Club, you got to buy in bulk, you know.
Yeah.
But that's okay because we eat a good bit of eggs most of the time. And with the holiday coming up, you'll be making deviled eggs and potato salad. And time you do all that, I mean, you've used a bunch of eggs.
Yeah.
That's right. Because we can't make just take a dozen of eggs and make deviled eggs. No, we have to do at least 2 dozen, which gives you 48 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It don't
And
take
they
long
won't
to
be
go through them.
And there won't be none left. Time my brother's family gets here and my son gets here with his family, they won't be gone. Murillo says stuck at the tire shop, but he's watching you, Lee. Go catch him up, bro.
I appreciate you, Eminem. I don't know how much longer I can take it. I'm gonna tell you what, my legs I'm starting to shiver.
Coal Creek said the groceries is absolutely out of this world in Logan, West Virginia. Hey, they're out of this world here in Ohio too, buddy. I can't believe how much it's gotten. Eric said he loves the buffet. They did have good food, Eric. Just Ernie and I, neither one had much of an appetite that day. Neither one of us was feeling good that day. But we were hungry and we wanted lunch, so we tried it.
Amy FaceTimed me on her lunch. She went to lunch with Tristan. She went to a Mexican restaurant. She gets this stuff called Polo Bandito or something like that. Chicken with rice and beans and all the queso.
Oh, that sounds good.
Extra queso.
I like Mexican food, so.
Guacamole. There's one restaurant here in town that does it right. I mean.
There's Quiet Man Curtis. Hello, welcome in.
Well, square this. Ain't seen nobody in a while. I ain't been doing this in a while. Embry is a full-time project now.
Oh, yeah, she's up and moving now.
Oh,
there ain't no setting down now.
16 months, getting ready to be 16 months, and we're already, she knows when she needs to go to the bathroom. I mean,
well, that's a good thing.
Breaking her off the bottle all at the same time. I mean,
that's a good thing, though, that she already knows that. It drives me crazy when I see a kid in diapers at 4 years old. I'm like, I'm walking around with a binky in their mouth.
She'll lean up and get right in front of my face if I'm sitting watching.
Now, there are exceptions. There are exceptions to a kid being in diapers at 4 years old with a binky in their mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to make it sound like I don't know the difference when a child has a developmental issue. Then I expect that's the problem, you know, that the reason that they're walking around still in a diaper with a pacifier in their mouth.
I call that sorry ass parenting.
But if if there's nothing wrong, then you know you need to get up and start working on potty breaking that child and getting that binky out of their mouth.
She hasn't had a pacifier since she was probably a year old. So.
Hey Thomas, welcome in. Laughing catfishing.
Tomas.
Ernie ain't never been able to be broke from a diaper or a binky. Curtis, what are you talking about? You ever seen him pout?
Who, Ernie?
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, a couple times up there at Capcom, he pouted up there. And you got on him in public.
There won't be any biscuits and gravy, says NJ Fishing Maniac. At least you got a pretty sky to look at, Lee.
Yeah.
It might be cold, but you got a pretty sky.
Well, I'm going to give it to 3 o'clock. If I ain't got a bite before 3 o'clock, I ain't moving because it's too cold to move.
Eric said he's eating corn casserole.
What's his name, Eric? Is he an Italian guy? Casserole? There probably ain't a quarter cup left in there.
You done drank a whole thermos of coffee, didn't you?
Yep. Thought I might see some deer up in here moving around. I believe that wind got them pinned down. They ain't moving.
Yeah, they may be resting while they can. They can read the weather better than the weatherman can. So they're not calling for no precipitation. So. And they were calling for snow on the 23rd and the 24th, and now they're not even calling for that. They've done changed that again.
It's going to be really cold, though, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. 15 degrees is the high on the 23rd. The 24th, 18 degrees is our high. Yeah, it's going to be pretty daggone cold. I don't like it when it's that cold.
Well, as long as the wind don't blow, it's not really that bad.
Yeah.
Because you can bundle up and sit there and be warm. But it does make the electric bill a bit higher.
We went fishing before when it was like 45 degrees, but of course we weren't on blood thinners, and you know that's Ernie's on those blood thinners now. He burns me up. Now he knows how I felt when I was on the blood thinners because I was always freezing and always complaining about it being cold in here. And now he's the one doing that. Missy said she done told Mama we ain't getting out when it gets that cold.
I don't blame you at all.
I don't blame you either.
Now that Amy has found Walmart's delivery, I'll probably never ever step foot back in the grocery store unless it's something.
I found Walmart's delivery when I had that COVID last year, and I got out of the hospital. You know, I had COVID, and Ernie and my son had COVID, and the one that lives with us. So we had to order groceries, but now we don't have delivery here. They don't deliver out here. But you know, I ordered and went and picked them up. I mean, you didn't have to go in the store. And I would rather do that anyway. At least I ain't got to walk in the store.
She done that last week. A friend of hers at work turned her on to it because we've been doing the Kroger click list, but we done a Walmart pickup, but had never had them delivered. And the first delivery was like only $5 or something.
Well, that ain't bad. I would pay that to get it delivered.
Yeah.
I mean, I live in the boondocks. The closest Walmart is 30 minutes away. So they don't deliver out here. We can't get none of that delivery stuff. But, I mean, it's still, if I order it and go pick it up, it's still not bad. I mean, it's ready. It's ready when I get there. All I got to do is pull up and they'll put it in the trunk of my car. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Half the time now Walmart didn't do it. They were pretty good about it. But Kroger's, half the time they'll say item out of stock. We give you a substitution. Amy got to where she was clicking don't substitute anything. Well, we was losing 7 or 8 of our items out of the cart because there was no substitution for it.
Well, some things I won't take substitution for.
Well, see, I use a beef base. It's like a paste that comes in a little jar from.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Boar's Head or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And half the time it's out of stock. And I went in one day and I walked straight to the counter where it was at, and there was a bunch of them there. I was like, I went and told that lady too.
I know. I hate when they do that. I told Ernie because it was something that they always have in, and they didn't have it in 2 times in a row. And I told Ernie, I said, I'm going in. I said, I'm going to see if they got that in there. I said, if they got it in there, I said, I'm going to tell them about it. But by the time we got done with everything else, I was too tired to go in and check it.
Well, see, I did. And I asked her, she said, your pickup was made about an hour ago. And she said they probably stocked the shelves since the employee went around picking the the stuff up.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, right.
Eric said he's got 2 plates down and he believes he can handle 1 more. That's a lot of food, Eric. Curtis told him don't forget about dessert.
Is Eric eating one of them cockroach buffets too?
I'm telling you what. Now he's eating at it's called the Dear Dutchman restaurant, Old Dutchman restaurant in Logan. They got pretty good food. I'm telling you what, Eric, if they wasn't giving away that free dessert, I wouldn't pay that price for no buffet. Now that buffet, you get a dessert. You get a piece of pie and a scoop of ice cream. That's it. You only get one. It's not on the buffet. You get one. Curtis said, tell him that you want your money back.
Yeah, it didn't taste good. You want your money back.
Hey, Emily, welcome in. I mean, they do have good food. It's just, I'd never seen a place that had a buffet that didn't include the dessert on the buffet until I went in there.
We finally got a Golden Corral to open up about 2 years ago, and it stayed open about a month.
And then COVID hit.
Then COVID hit.
Yep.
Well, then they opened back up, and they stayed open about another 7 or 8 months, and then they had a fire, and it ain't been open since.
They opened ours closed down with COVID, and then they opened it back up, and then it closed again, and then somebody bought it. So now it's open again, and Ernie and I tried it out here not long ago, and the food is actually better now than it was. So, and it was always good before, but it was a lot cleaner in there. You could tell it was newly remodeled and stuff. But they did away with a few things. So
we was eating at that. It's called King Buffet. It's a Chinese buffet last night, and the service there is so daggone good that I was eating some of that chicken on a stick.
Yeah.
But as soon as I slid the last piece down, as I was laying the stick down, the lady come by and got my plate. She said, "You go get another." I'm like, "Okay."
I call it cat on a stick.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I didn't know whether they were.
Eric said, yeah, they got liver and onions.
Oh, nasty.
NJ said, sounds like something I would resist even in a Great Depression, Eric.
NJ live up there in the Joycey.
I'm not crazy about Chinese food, and I just don't care for it. I can eat certain things there, but I just can't see a reason for me to go pay that kind of price to not eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I only eat one or two things that they make, and the rest of it I won't touch. And it ain't got anything to do with what it is. I just don't care for it. So, and Ernie loves it. I mean, and every now and then we'll break down and we'll go, and then I just eat vegetables and dessert. I
don't like their desserts.
I mean, if they have shrimp, I'll eat shrimp.
I like it when they got crab legs.
If they have peppered steak, I'll eat peppered steak. Now, if I ever go and they have crab legs, I could eat like a bunch of crab legs. They'd probably throw me out.
Yeah, that's me too.
But I've never been when they had those, or at least the one that we've went to down here.
My brother would eat I can't stand them. I don't know what it is. I can't stand it, but oysters on the half shell. I like oysters too.
Oysters are okay if you deep fry them, but I'm not eating no oysters off the half shell. I tried that one time. No thanks.
I eat probably 30 or 40 the other night.
Yeah, my brother did too, and then got sick. They were betting him $5 an oyster. It was in a bar. My dad was we were just kids. My dad was in there. And they were having a big oyster fry, and a big oyster thing, and it was free. I mean, of course, the beer my dad was drinking wasn't free. But my brother and I stopped in there because we wanted Dad to get us something, and they started betting my brother $5 a oyster on a half shell. He was slurping them right on down. I was like, I'm not eating them. I take them deep fried. And the guy, Dad was like, no, you have to eat them off the half shell. The guy that was running the bar, he was like, she can have them deep fried if she wants them deep fried. So he made me some deep fried ones, and they weren't bad. I mean, I could eat them like that. But I definitely am not eating them off the half shell. That's disgusting. I'm not even going to say what they put me in the mind of.
I'm going to mute myself just a second.
Okay.
thought I had some cookies or crackers or something in here, but I think I took them all out.
Took all the snacks out too?
No, I took everything out, I believe.
My goodness.
Man, I dread taking this boat out on that open water going across to the boat ramp.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. He said sometimes the smell and texture of food will drive different people away. That's my problem, is texture and smell. If it smells funny or tastes funny or has a funny texture, to me, I can't do it.
They have a thing here in Berea. It's called Spoon Bread. And they have a festival every year in September called the Spoon Bread Festival. I don't know what they use. The one that I tested was nasty as hell. I mean, me and Amy both about killed and everything else.
Yes, he is on Will Green, Eric.
I've been a cold trying to get out of the wind, and it ain't working too good here. But it looks way worse out there. Way worse. It's pushing forward 5-6 inch waves to Whitecap.
Eric says you still get dessert. Yeah, I didn't think they'd do away with that. I mean, they only give you one piece of pie anyway, so it's not like they're going to do away with that. Their pies are supposed to be homemade, though. Missy said, I watch other lives and bust a gut. What are you talking about, Missy? Eric, to be honest with you, I don't think there's a pie Ernie don't like.
I like that big old slab of pie.
He said he'd like to have a big old slab of pie right now.
Big rhubarb pie.
He even likes that.
Oh, I don't like rhubarb.
It's strawberry rhubarb is what he was eating, though. It wasn't plain.
Well, Chrissy, it's right at 3 o'clock. So I think I'm going to shut down and roll this up and go get warm. I'm frozen.
I bet.
And I was thinking I was going to be able to put my coveralls on and they're wet. They'll be in the dryer tonight.
She said like the bait shop last night.
What'd she say about what now?
She said she watched these other lives and bust a gut. She's like she's talking about like the bait shop last night.
Oh, yeah. I got to watch some of it.
Well, I got to watch it. I called my son to talk to the grandkids for a few minutes. And so I didn't really get to listen to all of them. But I had it on. But my grandkids go to bed early because they have school. And the youngest one, he has to go to bed at 9 o'clock. If he don't go to bed at 9 o'clock, then he can't get up at 7. And I'm serious. He'll sleep till 10 or 11 o'clock in the day. I'm like, man. He's like, I like my sleep. He's been like that since he was real little. And if you wake him up, nobody sees peace.
Sound like Liana when
He said, I sleep dead like my dad.
Get Leon up for school every morning. She'll come down the hallway with a blanket and a pillow, and then lay right in the middle of the living room floor and go, "Oh, I don't feel good."
She don't want to get up, does she?
So get up now, go take a shower. I got 5 more minutes. I said, Leona, you can't take a 5-minute shower and be called clean.
It was so bad that he would go to school and just be horrible at school all day long. I mean, they were always calling home for whatever reason. I mean, he would be bad. He didn't get his sleep out. He'd be bad.
I asked Tristan the other day what's up with him. I said, because when you get up to go to school, it's the hardest thing in the world to get you to get up and go to school. I said, but now that you're going in the military, I said, you're up every morning at the gym at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
What's up with that? You just looked at
That's
me.
when you know he's serious. But yeah, I told her, I said, you need to put him to bed early. And I mean, think about it. 10 to 7 is plenty of sleep time. I said, but maybe not for him. I mean, you're talking about a kid that slept as a baby would sleep from 9 o'clock at night till 10 o'clock in the morning. We would have to wake him up to make sure he was okay. I said, just put him to bed earlier. And she started doing that. And I mean, at first he didn't like going to bed earlier than his brother. But I mean, I told her, I said, just tell him that brother's older and, he's younger. There's 6 years difference. And that he can't get up. Because, I mean, he was in trouble every day when he got home from school. The last incident, he spit applesauce in a girl's hair. He bit a kid. And I forget what, punched one in the face. And this is all in one day. I'm like, you guys just might as well just homeschool him. You can tell we spoiled that one. I mean, everybody had a hand on that one. Even Ernie. Ernie more so than anybody else, I think.
What?
Bailey. Being spoiled. Yeah, they moved them. They moved from the city to more of a country setting, so now they're in the smaller schools. And we went from the kids not wanting to go to school and the oldest one not wanting to go with straight F's to a kid who's an AB student this year and gets up and goes to school every day. Wouldn't go last year.
Sometimes I think, it's just some of the kids they hang around can change them.
Yeah. But that's what I told her. I said, you had 2 kids in the city that were more like country kids. I mean, because we would bring them down here and keep them, and everything we did with them was based off of country life. And to be up there in a city school, those big city schools made a difference. They were raised country, and them kids up there made fun of them and everything. And now they're down here. They're not here where we're at. They're an hour further south than we are. And probably even smaller schools there than we have here. So it has made a world of difference, and I don't think they could have made a better decision at this point for the kids. And Braylon still don't want to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning if you don't go to bed at 9. But as long as she gets him in bed at 9 o'clock, he's okay. He does okay that day. And she's pretty strict on him when it comes to going to bed because she knows if she don't get him in bed, she has a hard time with him the next morning.
Leon and them usually, they know that they got to be in the bed by 10 o'clock.
But that's what I'm saying, though. You would think 10 o'clock would be a perfect time to go to bed.
But sometimes I've been in there and think that she's asleep. And I hear her on her phone. So then I had to take the phone, keep it out of the room.
Yeah, they like to push the limits, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Missy said, "What are you doing? Leaving?"
Yeah, I'm cold, Missy.
Yeah, he's probably freezing. He's probably pretty cold out there. Missy said, "Wimp, wimp."
I'm sorry, Missy. I got cold.
I don't blame you, Lee. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, so I can't say anything if I can't do it myself.
I'm probably done for a while anyway, so.
Missy's one of them old tough cats. Bob Gaines, hello, Mr. Lee.
Who said that?
Bob Gaines.
Hello there, Bob.
Say, God bless you, good people. Hey, Bob. God bless you too, buddy.
Right back at you, my friend.
Oh, Missy said, "It's okay, Lee. Old people freeze fast."
Hey, I'll second that notion.
I didn't think our phone was ever going to quit ringing this morning. Then I told you, give me time to take a shower, and every time I turned around, the phone was ringing again, and it was hospital again.
I got one still hung up. So.
Missy said she's getting close to that freezing age, too.
I found out where it was hung up at.
Oh, it got tangled up on your... It's a good thing you didn't get no fish on that one. That would have been a mess. Eric said he sent you a picture, Ernie. Yeah, Bob, they got his stress test back, and they said that his stress test is highly abnormal, and they need to do a heart cath as soon as possible. So they got him scheduled for a heart cath, and then said that if he started having any chest pains or was more short of breath, then he needs to go straight to the emergency room. His heart rate's only 43.
Low 40s.
It's staying in the low 40s, and when they did a stress test the day before yesterday, they were able to get it up to 50. Is that what you said about 50? But it would drop right back down. Before he left there, it dropped right back down. So we are waiting for him to have the heart cath now. He may have blockages. are you thinking about?
Huh?
Ernie's looking around at stuff. I asked him what he's thinking about.
Ooh, that water's cold on his hand.
But it is. What is your water temperature?
40, 46.
Oh, that would be cold on your hands.
Well, Chrissy, I got everything ready to roll. I'm motivating around this curve, going to the dock.
Alrighty.
Y'all take care. If you need anything, you don't hesitate to call me. All right.
Okay.
All
You
right.
have a safe trip back.
See you later.
All right. See you, Ernie. Love y'all. See you.
Love you too, buddy.